welcome to my channel. My YouTube name is KayBee Gee. My name is Kari, and I'm going to do a tag right now that I was not tagged in personally, but I wanted to do the tag because when you're trying to decide which video to do next and you're not really on a schedule yet because you're a small channel like me, fairly new still, just learning the ropes, sometimes a tag is quite refreshing because you don't have to do the thinking as much. I mean, you have to think about your answers, and of course I want my answers to be honest and reflective of my life and my thoughts, my ideas, whatever it may be in the tag, my preferences or my memories. But I have I have 3 different tags here, and I just want to do one of them. So I'm going to do the one that I saw first. I believe was the Deja Vu tag by Shakia A. So she is the creator of this tag. There are 12 questions, and again, it wasn't tagged, but I just wanted to encourage you to go watch Shakia A's channel, watch her tags. They're really fun, they're insightful, they're informative, and you get to learn a lot about the YouTube channel creator or the channel owner, whatever you want to call us. You get to learn a lot about us by listening to our answers from these tags, so that's pretty cool. Let me get started so I don't burn my light out on the very first day that I bought it. I'm using my brand new light. Okay, question number 1. I am a blank baby, and that means which decade I was born in. So I am a 70s baby. I was born in the second half of the 70s. And number 2 is, what was the name of the street you grew up on? So from birth to 7 years old, I lived on Cove Lane. And from 7 up to age 19, I lived on Cloverland Drive. And they were both in the same area. One was in the township of, and the other one, maybe they were both in the township of and not in the city, like the little town. The population, I do remember for the longest time in my town, was 1,374, I believe. And about 500 of those people were high school students, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't change the population on that for a long time, because it seems like you would have a lot more people. You'd have a lot more adults. You'd have at least 2 times more, plus the elementary school, plus the junior high. So maybe they just didn't update the sign for a really long time. My first best friend's name was, I want to say that my first best friend was probably my older sister. We were kind of partners in crime. She would have all the ideas and I would follow along, and we would get in trouble, and I always feel like I remember that it was always her idea, and a lot of her ideas were very bad. I'll tell you about those sometime. But then as far as non-sister, I know my cousin Tara, and then my friend Jennifer from church. Number 4, my favorite subject in school, spelling or penmanship or cursive. I really liked those a lot. My least favorite was probably science or history. This was elementary school I'm talking about. In high school it was math, my least favorite, and in my favorite was probably choir, or we had one called select choir, and then Spanish was fun. Number 5, the number 1 food I hated to eat as a child was probably anything with lima beans in it, or minestrone soup. My first crush's name was, I'm trying to remember if I had a crush on a movie actor before I had a crush on this friend. I know I had a crush on a friend named Joshua, and my son Joshua is not named after that friend, by the way. Or I'm not sure if I really liked that friend, liked him. I think I was too young, probably age 6 or 7. I think, yeah. I think I was too young to understand that you can feel attracted to the way a person looks. But then my next crush, that was a more serious crush, I liked this kid from age 7 up until about 11 or 12. His name was Greg. Number 7 here. My favorite childhood article of clothing or shoe trend. So being a 70s baby, I still feel like I grew up during the 80s though. We had jelly bracelets. We pushed down our socks like slouch socks. There was where you would tuck the front of your sweatshirt into your jeans and then let the back part hang out. There was the part where you would tie the back part of your shirt on the side into a knot or with a rubber band or even with a scrunchie, or tie it in the front or tie it in the back. That was weird, but I did it because other people did it. There was this thing where you would roll up your pants and kind of peg your pants, so to speak, where you would like fold it over and then roll it tightly, because we were trying to create the look of skinny jeans. Skinny jeans did not exist, but we were trying to create the look of skinny jeans, so we would fold our pants over or pin them or like try to tape them or clamp them or Velcro them or something so that they would be tight around our ankles. That's just weird. I cannot imagine how nasty it looked, but everyone seemed to do it. Most people seemed to do it. What year did I graduate high school? I graduated in 95. Spankings, yes or no, as a child or youth? I know some of the kids in my family got spankings. I know my dad got spankings. He was the oldest of 10, and he was blamed for a lot of things that he didn't even do that his siblings did. So I think he got the mentality of spankings are good from that, because it seemed to work for his parents. I don't remember ever getting spanked, but I know I got my mouth like smacked, or if I ever said a word that wasn't appropriate, I know it, stick out your tongue, stick out your tongue, okay, then I'm going to flip your mouth. I know we got that. And then if your hand did something naughty, then your hand got a smack like that. But I don't remember spankings. I don't remember having a sore bottom. Favorite teacher's name. So I was homeschooled from preschool all the way up till I was a sophomore. And on the first day of 10th grade, for my grade, I went in to public school. So my favorite teacher's name would be my mom. Her name is Christy. But besides her, I had Mr. Lyons was a geography teacher, and he was cool because he let you take the states and capitals test as many times as it took for every single person in his class to get an A. And there were a lot of kids who didn't get A's, so every single time I took it, since I had them all memorized, because it was something that was easy for me to do, I would just memorize them in alphabetical order. I got tons of A's, and so he was really nice for that, but I don't remember a lot that happened in his class. I know I saw a National Geographic film where big, huge whales were mating and kind of swimming in the water while they were mating. And I know I felt uncomfortable. I just didn't really want to watch that. Whales and dolphins were my absolute favorite animal, and I did not want to see that for some reason. But my favorite teacher would be Mrs. Domek, Carmen Domek, and she was the choir teacher. So you got a little story and then another story. Number 11, were you considered popular in school? No, I was not. So remember, I only went in from sophomore, junior, and senior years. I was bullied my sophomore year by boys and girls. I was bullied by the friends of the kid that I used to have a crush on, that I stopped having a crush on 4 years earlier. 3 or 4 years earlier, I was bullied by his friends, not him, but his friends. I was bullied by his brother's friends and his brother. And I was bullied by their girlfriends, and I was bullied by their girlfriends' friends. Now I'm getting this anxiety in my stomach, and I almost had some tears. I just remember that. I wasn't popular until possibly my senior year. I signed up to sing a duet in our Pops concert, or in our senior concert. Can't remember which concert it was. And it was the music of the night from the Phantom of the Opera, and I was doing a duet with this kid, this freshman I think he was, that was really good at singing. And I made a mask for him so he could be the Phantom, and my mom sewed a cape for him, and she made a dress for me. And we sang the music of the night as a duet, like from the version Barbra Streisand and Michael Crawford, kind of like that. And we got a standing ovation. And after that, people started treating me really, really nicely. I also got my hair cut and from the back, and I started wearing shirts, I guess, that were a little more in or something. Some of the more popular boys would talk to me and think that I was this other girl named Jenny. And then when I would turn around from hearing them talk to me, they'd be like, oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else. Hey, how's it going? They were nice to me still. And then a whole bunch of people signed my yearbook and said they regretted not having gotten to know me sooner because they thought it was really cool. And they mentioned that duet. That was outstanding. So sometimes it takes doing something scary, and sometimes people regret not having spent time with you and getting to know you sooner. Number 12, the last one, the last question of this tag, what was your dream job growing up? So I don't remember saying what I wanted to be when I grew up. I'm sure my mom probably would remember that I said something. I don't remember saying anything about what I wanted to be when I grew up, except I just wanted to be a ballet dancer. And I wasn't thinking about getting paid to dance. I wasn't thinking about being in a professional company necessarily. I didn't know what came with it. I just knew I wanted to be a ballet dancer on stage. A professional ballerina, I guess, was in my head, but I didn't know the words to describe that. And then as I got older, I wanted to, like in my teens, I wanted to continue dancing even though I had to quit dancing because teachers kept on moving or quitting or leaving or whatever. Or my parents didn't have enough money, or I didn't have the money. So, but I still said that I would have a dance studio and I would teach little kids how to dance ballet. So that's all I ever really wanted to do. And then by the time I actually decided more of what I would get trained in or what I would pursue, I was already in my early 20s. So I think it's really good to have your dreams when you're young, and I think it's really good to focus on those. And of course you can change your mind, you can dabble in other things, but I think the kids who really get latched onto something that they enjoy or that they're good at or passionate about, I really feel like if they continue in that thought process, they'll be more ambitious than the kids who just don't really decide or think about what they want to be at all. And this light is getting really, really hot. It's really warm, it's really hot, so I'm going to turn it off. But you got a whole bunch of stories in this tag, and again, thank you to Shakia A. If anyone is still here after all of that rambling, all of that talking, just comment the word pasta. And then I'll know that you listened to the end. And that'll be awesome if you're one of those people that does stay and listen to the end. I know I try really hard to stay and listen to the end of people's videos. But anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.